What is going on, movie lovers? Welcome to Apocalypse Movies. I'm Jacob Bartley, and this is my review of the Steven Soderbergh film, Logan Lucky, the heist film, if you will, that just released in theaters this past week, and I'm here to talk about it. Now, going into this movie, I wasn't too excited. I know some people who were really looking forward to it, like our own Jake Berlin, but I like the cast, and I think Soderbergh is a good director for the movies that I've seen, but I wasn't overly hyped about this movie, but I was going to go see it regardless, and I gotta say, I came out very pleasantly surprised. Now, Logan Lucky is not going to be in my top 10 movies when it all comes down to the end of the year, but as of right now, it's in my top 10 movies of the year. I think I have it about in the 8th spot. It is an exceptional film, and I gotta start with the cast. Like I mentioned, the thing that I was looking forward to the most, you got Channing Tatum, Adam Driver, Daniel Craig, and a bunch of little side characters in there as well. I thought the cast worked magnificently together. In particular, Channing Tatum and Adam Driver as brothers. Like, if you saw them out in the streets or their actor personas, their real life personas, you wouldn't think they're brothers. But these two characters that they played, you believed that they were brothers. And I loved that relationship between them. You could tell that they really cared about each other. And it really worked for the entirety of the film. Daniel Craig was great in this movie. It's something we've never seen him do before, and I really, really enjoyed him in this role. The supporting cast was great as well. Forget the actress who plays their sister in the movie. She was great. The girl who plays Channing Tatum's daughter was adorable and amazing in the film. Just all around solid cast and performance. Now from here on out, I'm going to be talking about plot and stuff like that. Things that I love, things that I didn't like. So from here on out, it's going to be a spoiler review like it is labeled in the title of this review. So if you haven't seen Logan Lucky, go ahead and pause this or come back and watch it later. Or if you don't care about spoilers, then hey, who cares? But man, the plot, the heist of this movie, them robbing the racetrack, all the cash that gets brought into there, it was done so well. Like, every little tiny detail was paid attention to, both by the director, Steven Soderbergh, the writers, and the characters in the film. You know, putting the heist together, every little detail is done so well, and it all made sense by the end of the movie. Now, one of my negatives in the film is kind of halfway through the movie, it really slows down because I thought the setup was done so well. That's one of my major positives, is the setup of the characters and everything. But in the middle, it slows down a lot, and I wasn't loving the middle of the film. Like, I was like, okay, I loved where it was going. Now, where is it going? And you kind of are lost as an audience member. And if you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. Like, they pull off the heist, and then it seems like it was all for nothing at a certain point in the movie when Channing Tatum calls it in and gives up all the cash that they stole. But it turns out that there's a twist, and he actually played it to where they got their money back, the racetrack got their money back through an insurance company, and Channing Tatum and the rest of his crew ended up getting paid as well. And once that little twist came into play at the end of the film, I thought that was amazing. That's when I was like, man, this film went from really good to great in my opinion. Like I said, the characters were set up so well, and I cared about the characters. You care about Channing Tatum and his relationship with his daughter. That is why you're invested in the movie. That is why he's pulling off the heist, because he feels like he can't take care of his father. His baby mama and her husband are very wealthy, and he feels like he's on the cusp of losing his daughter, and that's kind of a good enough reason for somebody to go out and risk their freedom, risk their life in a way to go and pull off this heist. That was the thing that really caught me. That was the hook of the movie, and everything else surrounded just worked out really well. One huge major flaw for me, and one big negative, was, so there's these two characters who are Daniel Craig's brothers in the film. I like those characters. They were hilarious. But by the end of the movie, it seems to wrap up every other character. And unless I missed it, unless it went way over my head, it doesn't wrap up those two characters. It doesn't show where they ended up. Did they get their money? Did they get their part of the deal? Maybe I missed it. I need to watch the film again. But it seems like they tied up everybody else's story, tied up all the loose ends, and then it didn't tie up those two brothers' story. And also, there was a little bit of confusion at the end. So you see Hilary Swank in the movie, and that kind of plays into one more negative I have, but I'll get to that in a second. You see Hilary Swank's character in the movie. She comes in the third act, like at the end of the third act, and she's a detective trying to solve this case. And at the end of the movie, she's sitting at the bar with Adam Driver, ordering a drink from Adam Driver, and you're like, wait a second, is she going to further her investigation? Or was she part of it all along? That was a little bit confusing to me. I wish that was done a little bit straightforward. I mentioned Hilary Swank plays into a little negative I have. That goes with a lot of the supporting cast. In the trailer, you see Channing Tatum, Adam Driver, Daniel Craig, Hilary Swank, and a bunch of other characters. Seth MacFarlane, and the guy who plays the Winter Soldier. Why can't I remember his name right now? Sebastian Stan. You see, oh, cool, they're going to have significant roles in this movie. While they may have significant roles, they have very little screen time in this movie. And I feel like it was the marketing who kind of tricked the audience into, oh, look at this big, huge ensemble cast, when really it only focuses on Adam Driver, Channing Tatum, Daniel Craig, their sister, and a couple of their family members. Like, I loved the movie in that way, but the marketing kind of tricked me and got me into thinking that, oh, Sebastian Stan and Hilary Swank are going to have huge roles when they really had minor roles, which was fine, but I would have loved to see a little bit more of them. Overall, in my opinion, Logan Lucky is one of the best movies of the year. I really, really enjoyed it, and I wasn't expecting to. Those are some of the best surprises when you're not necessarily looking forward to a movie, but then it ends up being really, really enjoyable. And that's why I walked away from Logan Lucky enjoying it so much. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Logan Lucky an 8.5 out of 10. But I want to know what all of you think. Let me know what you thought of Logan Lucky if you've seen the film. If you haven't seen it, why are you watching this spoiler review? I don't know. In either case, let me know what you're looking forward to with Logan Lucky if you haven't seen the film. Again, I'm Jacob Bartley for Apocalypse Movies. You can find me on this YouTube channel. Please subscribe and hit that like button. Also, hit us up on iTunes. Find us on iTunes. We got our main shows and our movie reviews on iTunes right now. Subscribe to us. Download some of our episodes. We would truly, truly appreciate it. And again, thank you all for watching. Until next time, take care.